Blog Talk Radio.
And welcome to Community Garden Revolution. My name is Mary Huckel. I'm so glad that you're here today. We've got a great guest, and they're from Canada. I told you last week that we would be having BC Greenhouse here from Canada in the house. And we've got Angela Drake, who is the marketing director there, and she's going to tell us all about BC Greenhouse. They're greatly priced, I believe. That's why I was attracted to what they have to offer. And she's going to tell us how they got started, where they're located, how you can connect with them, what their website address is, information like that, and then tell us how they got started and also what kind of things are great for people to be able to grow at home. Angela, welcome aboard.
Hi, Mary. How are you?
Well, it's a rush day. My mom and I went grocery shopping, and we got back 20 minutes ago. It's going to be isolated tornadoes. We just got in time because now it's starting to rain like you wouldn't believe. So I'm glad I got here. I'm worried about the gal from Canada.
Well, yesterday.
So, gal, tell us about. Go ahead. You got snow, didn't you, up in your all's area?
It rained, it snowed, it hailed, it did everything yesterday.
Oh my gosh! So it did hail too?
It did.
We're
located just outside
of here.
Yeah, I know. We're just outside of Vancouver, BC. So in the mountain range, you can get lots of different weather patterns.
That's what we're supposed to get in the Midwest here. So like from St. Louis up to about Ohio. We dashed around like you wouldn't believe, gal, and I got some potting soil, so that was good. But as far as anything else, I didn't get it. But it's such a delight to have you all. I don't know what I was looking at, some kind of thing on the internet, and your ad popped up. And I went, oh, good, a greenhouse company. And because I try to look at the different varieties so that people have different choices. So the Hartley Botanic folks, we usually interview once a year, and they're from England, and Mom's been over there a few times. And we've also had a greenhouse for about 30 years in the back of the house that you just walked in the back door at one time, but now walked into the greenhouse. And then you had another door that we walked out of that we could go outside. And we did a lot of plants there that we'd go ahead and seed, or we'd go ahead and nurture them and then also store them for the wintertime and then put them back outside. And we had a garden that was about 50 feet by about 20 or 30 feet wide. And just found some pictures this past week, as a matter of fact, as we were cleaning out some stuff for my mom because I help her out. And it was amazing how much gardening we really did. We couldn't believe it. But we loved our greenhouse. It was an oasis. It was a place where we could just go for Zen kind of peace, you know what I'm saying? It was just one of our favorite rooms. So basically tell us how you all got started, what you're doing there in Canada. I think don't you have an office also in Washington or something, Washington State?
We do have a mailing address there, yes. So, BC Greenhouse Builders, we've been around a long time, since 1951. So we're actually a family business. The current owner of the company took it over from his dad in 1995. We have lots of family members that work here, and we actually drop ship greenhouses all over the world. So
wow! Exciting! That's exciting, gal. Go ahead.
We have greenhouses in Australia, Chile. We have a very wonderful dealer in Sweden, and he does very well there. We actually just last month shipped 20 greenhouses to Iceland.
Oh, my goodness. Now, isn't it in Iceland where they have the seed vault, Greenland or Iceland? I think it's Iceland, maybe it's Greenland. They've got the seed vault, and then that's in case if there's something tragic that happens throughout the world, then you can go there and pick those seeds that are prone to your nation. And Syria is the only one that's had to draw from it because of all the devastation they had there. That is exciting. So what I liked about it is that you had quality construction for the pricing, and you had neat designs, because that's why I love Hartley Botanic, is because the old English style and the old English looks, that kind of thing. And yours is contemporary and old style.
Yeah. So the interesting thing about us is, and one of the reasons why people choose us is the strength of our greenhouses. I mean, our standards, so our entry level, 85 mile per hour winds, and we start at 32 pounds per square foot for snow. We can go up to like 140 pounds per square foot for snow. I'm not sure why you would live there, but we can rate the greenhouse.
That sounds strong. We might have to go there in case we have a certain kind of war or whatever. We'll look it up.
Well, we do.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome because I've seen some flimsy ones over the years, and ours was kind of built as an external room. It was already with a concrete pad because that's where we would take off our shoes in the, when we did gardening or whatever we did. And so my stepfather just went ahead and built it on top of the pad, and they might have extended it a little bit. Can you tell us, are you seeing the attached or the detached as a trend that people are doing?
You know what? That's a great question. So 1 in 5 of our inquiries are for home-attached greenhouses, which is a considerable number.
Just 1 out of 5?
1 out of 5. And
wow.
So keep in mind those numbers in the last 5 years. We may have seen 1 in 15 5 years ago. But now, because people are trying to optimize their footprint, they're not flipping houses as much as they used to. They want to grow their own food. We're really seeing a huge trend in home-attached greenhouses, and it's one of our specialties. So that's a good thing for us.
And that's wonderful. Now, what are the sizes? Like if a person see different what I was trying to say, planning codes or zones, that people are in, they have different rules per town of what they allow and not allow, that kind of thing. And also where you live, sometimes the subdivision won't allow this or that on your yard or whatever. But what are you seeing as far as a good size or two that people are putting in the backyard or side or whatever they're putting them? What kind of size things are you all looking at that people are saying, I can do that and it's the right price for me? What size kind of thing are you seeing that people are gravitating toward?
That's changed
like 8 by 10,
to be honest.
10 by 12, or
historically 8 by 12 was our biggest seller, and part of that is for what you just described. Every municipality is different in terms of what they allow for greenhouses, but what we've found is something that's 100 square feet and less does not require a permit typically. And so 8 by 12 has always been one of our most popular sizes, and I think that's one of the main reasons. So it's a great size for just a hobby backyard greenhouse. Now, having said that, because people want to start growing in their own food, they're actually starting to buy a little bit bigger because they know that the bigger the greenhouse, the more food they produce, right? So,
now, do you contract? Let's say the folks see something they like, and then they contact you for the kit or the greenhouse. Do you all contract them with a general contractor that you find or they find to be able to do it? And then do you have electricity in it? See, ours had electricity because it was an attached greenhouse. And then we had our own irrigation, believe it or not, an irrigation system that my stepfather was strung around the edges where the pots were and so on. And then we had a little sink in there. So what is that you see that other people are doing? Because I've seen other kind of situations, but everybody's different. What are you all seeing and how they accomplish that, please? Are they getting a contractor or are you helping with that?
So believe it or not, about 80% of our homeowners build our greenhouse kits themselves. And so they are really designed to be an intuitive design. So you can build it as a stick build. An 8 by 12 will take 2 people a weekend to put together. Of course, the bigger the greenhouse, the more custom the greenhouse, the more complicated it is. But typically, that's what we see is 80% of the homeowners do them themselves and or they hire a local contractor. And so we're very easy to work with, and we really encourage those people to call us ahead of time so we can talk about the foundation dimensions, ensure that is correct. Because the worst thing that can happen with a greenhouse build is that your foundation is not level, because nothing works.
Right. That's right.
So
people don't
really
know or realize how important it is. They feel they're on a slant, so what does it matter? But it does.
It's so important. You're never going to get your door in if it's not level.
Yep. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we provide, at the beginning, really simple like line drawings and then foundation dimension specs. And when it comes time to work with the homeowner or the contractor, they get CAD drawings delivered with their greenhouse, as well as written instructions and a DVD to walk you through the process. So it's pretty. There's a lot of material there to work with in terms of the install, and we try and make it as easy as possible. Not to mention we have our technical support line.
And you have some that can be made into like sunrooms, I see.
Yeah,
and you have some that have a good strong bottom or base if they wanted to do it detached, and then have the nice, wonderful, and I don't know what the scrolly stuff at the top is called or whatever. But
we call that decorative ridge.
Oh, that's so gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? It's just so gorgeous. It looks so quaint and so, But you have also some detached smaller ones that people can use in some of the things. One is called the Sun Garden, and the other one's called the Legacy, that they could use in those community gardens or schools. Yeah, go ahead.
And we, the Sun Garden and Legacy, those are the only two greenhouses that we build in volume. And we do that to sort of keep that entry-level price down. And you're right. The Sun Garden is a very popular greenhouse for schools, made of polycarbonate that's unbreakable for those flying balls and children.
Right.
Yeah, right. And it's a great little greenhouse. For $29.95, you've got 64 square feet of growing space, and the inside of that greenhouse, you can stage it however you want. It has this interior bull
and
track.
You've got a door to it, which I think I like, because
Lockable.
It shows some kind of strength to it, and it gives a unique way. Instead of having to zip it or unzip it or clip it or whatever it gives it a way of looking like it's a stable structure is what I'm trying to say, I guess. But that looks really neat.
We have this great photo of 4 grown men sitting on top of that little 8x8 greenhouse. And
you do? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You sure do.
Each one of those roof bars, you can put a 50-pound hanging basket. Like, these things are strong greenhouses, and
yes, they are.
That's why they come with a lifetime warranty, right? Because we get one shot with people.
Well, the thing is that I try to tell people, even though they're growing their community gardens, sometimes it's in co-op areas or areas that they're trying to go between jobs. This would be a perfect thing for them. We found a gal that's now expanded to 2 big greenhouses, and she started out just making some side money and whatever, and it started growing and growing, and the more grocery stores wanted more fresh, fruits and vegetables for their customers. And so now she has the second one, and sometimes she has a stand outside, on the weekends, and sometimes she doesn't. But she's able to grow her business. And so I tell people that, hey, if this could be side money for you, sell it to the farmer's market person, sell it to a grocery store. But look at the options that you can make money. This could be a perfect thing for people to get at a good price and then be able to have a side business.
You know what? Every single work day, I have at least one person that says that's exactly what they want to do. They want to grow food.
Wow.
They want to better their community. They want to donate some of it to the local food bank. And they want to take, fresh fruits and vegetables to market. And that is a dream for so many people. And,
yes.
I mean, what a wonderful dream. Right? We're in complete support of greening the world, right? And providing
and finding ways that they can donate. I'm glad that they say that they're going to donate some of their food to people. We do try to tell them to donate at least a row to your food bank or your food pantry and give that to people because the need is so great. It is. Even though we're a plentiful area here in the Midwest part of our nation in the United States, we have a lot of poverty here. And in my town, particularly, we're below the national average for whatever reason. I think it's because of the wages. The people around here are too greedy, and they